Welcome to Triple F, bringing life to your faith, family, and finance.
Welcome everyone to our Triple F show here. How this segment's feature to support you in how to elevate your finances to a greater capacity. And I'm excited to have our special guest speaker with us today. My name is Danny Couture, and I have the honor and privilege of hosting the Triple F show. So let's jump into our mission statement before I introduce our special guest speaker to you. So for those of you who are brand new and new to our team here of Triple F, of faith, family, and finance, our mission is to equip people in the areas of faith, family, and finance. It is our desire to add value to people's lives by helping them reinforce their faith, build a stronger relationship with their families, and help people elevate their finances. And every week, we get to bring you a guest speaker who have walked that particular area of life, and they share with you their ups and downs, their failures, their success, so that you can glean from and be empowered to go out and grow in that capacity. So with this week, we feature this young lady that I just so admire. Her and her beautiful family lives out in Southern California, and I'm going to not steal her thunder, but I'll let her introduce herself professionally. But this is one of my mentors that I look up to in life that we have built. Kind of came into the industry of as an entrepreneur together, none other than Lequeux, joining us from Southern California. Liz, are you there?
Hello. So good to see you.
Most definitely. It is so humbling and an honor to have you on the show. And I know you're busy with business and family. But thank you for taking the time out to bless our Triple F family. Why don't you give a professional introduction of who you are and what you have done to our Triple F family?
Oh, my goodness. Well, first, it's such an honor to be here. You have been a mentor of mine. I've just been following you and hearing your words of inspiration, that fill up my soul over the years. And you've just been such an inspiration to me and my family. So we're very, very grateful and honored to be here on this show. And I actually got started as an entrepreneur in my early 20s. And I'm so grateful, because it allowed me to, I own a legal shield business. I'm now 18 years celebrating with the company. And, I was able to build a fantastic business that I'm so extremely grateful for, that's spanned all over throughout the U.S. and in Canada now. And, we're helping business owners, we're helping families with affordable legal services, and it feels really good.
Awesome. That is so awesome. I know you share a little bit about your business and what you do. Tell us a little bit about your family.
My wonderful family. Well, I met my husband, David, on eHarmony 13 years ago.
Wow.
So we met and married in 5 months. And so people are like, what the heck? That's too fast. But I guess, God knew who he put us together, and we just knew it. And, since we're talking about faith, for the very first time, I decided to do it God's way. And I said, I'm going to try celibate dating. And David was the first one. And guess what? He put a ring on it. So, hey, ladies, if you want to get married fast. Anyway, so maybe a little TMI, but, that's how it worked. And so now married 13 years and 3 children later. My youngest is 4. My oldest is 11. And we're grateful. We're grateful.
Wow. You snuck up and beat me. You have 3 children. Wow. That's so awesome. I thought you always only had 2, but wow. Congratulations, Liz. That is so awesome. I know that you guys live a tremendous lifestyle there in Southern California. You guys are building your own home from the ground up. grateful for your business. So we got a couple of questions to bless us with your wisdom here today with our Triple F family. So our first question is, we'll go to the first. What's the importance of business to you personally? Is like, how has business impact your life?
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, at first, I was attracted to business because I was young and I wasn't a Christian yet. I was attracted to the money. But as I became a Christian, got saved, and then built the business, and the bigger the business grew, I realized that with great, um, with great privileges comes great responsibility too. And I saw that God put me in this place to be able to minister to other people. It has become my ministry where I'm able to open conversations and in the secular world start the conversation in business, but then bring them in to be able to minister to the people. So that's what I feel it is at a bigger level. However, I originally got started in the business because I had a lot of credit card debt. I mean, an embarrassingly huge amount of credit card debt. I was $40,000 in credit card debt from moving from Washington, D.C., where I had just graduated school at George Washington University, moved to L.A. to try and become a singer-songwriter, first Asian singer pop star. And when I got here, I realized, I only sound good in the shower. I'm only like karaoke good compared to the amazing talent that's here. I mean, I say I've got a good voice, but there is such incredible talent out here. So I realized quickly that I wasn't going to make it in the music industry. And I had racked up so much credit card debt because moving from a small town, well, I shouldn't say small town in DC. I'm originally from New Jersey, coming from place of, small town in New Jersey to the big city in LA, and where it's 10 times more expensive. Boom, there's the debt. So I started with the Legal Shield business to originally have some extra income coming in because I believed that everybody should have access to affordable legal services when you're faced with a situation. So when I heard about this service, I wanted everybody to know about it. And I just naturally started telling people about it. So at first I was making an extra $500 to $2,000 a month part-time, which was wonderful because that was extra money. It helped pay off the debt. And when I was able to help pay off the debt, I started saving. And then once the savings grew to, a substantial nest egg, and I married David, we started investing. And now our investments are over six figures in addition to our retirement accounts, that we have that are still growing as well. And so you were actually a big inspiration because I'll never forget one day you had shared, we were on like a call and you were motivating us, and you had shared like an ATM statement of yours where, it was over six figures in the checking account. And I was like, who has over six figures in the checking account? And I was in my 20s. I was like, oh my gosh. Or I don't know if it's six figures or if it was $1 million. I can't remember. Forgive me, sir. I don't want to down, if it was $1 million. But anyway, I was just inspired by that. I was inspired by that. And I don't think I ever told you that. So I'm like, that was my goal, to be able to have a six-figure savings, right? And then so continued to grow the business. By the time I did get married and started having kids, the passive and residual income was over six figures a year. And then when it grew to multiple six figures, my husband was able to retire from his job. So for us, business has just been a blessing in so many ways because the freedom that we get from being an entrepreneur, of making our own schedule and having the freedom and flexibility, and the passive income has allowed us to turn around and serve in the church. We've been, a few years ago, I took an entire year and a half and served 30 hours a week at my church, planting Saddleback Church in Southern California. We opened our 19th location, and I served as the campus director, with a headset, kind of like wedding coordinator, coordinating the parking and the welcome team, and then the cookies and the coffee being served and the ushers. And I mean, it was just such an amazing experience. But, so the business has allowed us to do those things, and I'm extremely, extremely grateful for that.
Yeah, no, most definitely. There's so much to take away from your shares, just not only just from, you didn't have any prior experience in business, right? It was, you just shared that it was the debt. is what drove you to do something different in order to have something different. And you had no clue that it would turn out to the way it is today. And I think that's the thing that most people don't want to take, is that risk of investing in themselves and then willing to step out on faith to do something different in order to attract something different. And you just took us through a picture of a before and after action. So thank you so much, Liz, for that. So awesome. There's so much stuff to unpack there, but I'm gonna move forward to the next question, Sherry. So I guess you touched a little bit on it, but how does business change your life now? Not only from a perspective of you no longer you're not chasing after the money now. You have money now. You're looking to build wealth, to create as you alluded to earlier about investments and things of that nature, where now you're putting overalls on your money and your money's working for you. Can you speak a little bit about that and what you're doing in your legal business today to expand and grow your network?
Yeah, well, I mean, once you reach a certain point, and I used to watch videos on finances for a long time. I studied the books, I read, and I stumbled and fell, just like trying to ride a bike, where you ride the bike, and then you fall down, you skin your knee. And you ride the bike, you fall down, you skin your knee, and you just keep trying until you're riding the bike. And then you're like, woo, okay, I got this. I get the hang of it. Okay. Right. And so I want to encourage you, if you're feeling discouraged, because there were many times where I'd start to save money and then, we'd have to pay for the tire. The car got a flat. And then, okay, well, there goes the savings. And then start again, start saving. And there goes another thing that, the kids need braces or something like that, right? Or whatever, it is. And so I want to encourage you that just stay the path and keep chipping away at it every single day. Just keep being consistent and just trying. I would have to say that we're grateful because it's also allowed us to, once we hit a certain point, like now build this home. Here in Southern California, it's so competitive. It's so hard to put a bid on a house. I have a very good friend of mine who just listed their home for $750,000 and had 35 offers, all over $850,000, and ended up selling for $880,000. And it's a 3-bedroom condo. It's not a mansion or anything. 3-bedroom condo for $880,000, originally listed for $750,000. So we're like, okay, we're ready. We need to have more room. David and I, we each need an office. Right now there's only one. The 3 kids are getting bigger. One of them's becoming a teenager, so we're like, okay, we need more space. And so the only solution for us out here in this competitive real estate market was just to go buy a new one. Right. So just go build and buy a new one. And so that is what we're doing, and it's going to be ready in literally 3 weeks. We're excited. There's boxes everywhere in my house, and I'm just so grateful for that. So, we are working. You had asked about the investments and stuff like that, and we were able to put away an extra $60,000 last year into the market, and then the market had a huge run, right? So that doubled. That 60,000 is now over 120,000 when you start to invest. So I'm not a financial planner, so don't ask me, but just ask a planner or ask somebody in that world what they would recommend. And of course, the market isn't doing very hot at this very second, but we're not worried, because as long as you buy and hold, right, you're in it for the long term. That's the thing. You've got to be in things for the long term. You can't be expecting to just invest in something and then overnight that it's like, doubled or tripled and then cash out. That's not the way it works. It is just being consistent and just consistently putting money away. That's consistently compounding and growing and growing and growing. And that's what we're doing.
No, that's so awesome, because to be able to have choices, this is what I hear of your shares, is now you went from a place of need to a place of where now you have created abundance, and now you have choices. A choice is a voluntary act on which you prefer to do and do business with this person or this person or this investment. And not too many people in our society, Liz, that I see and experience over 18 years of being here in business have that luxury of having choices. You know, and there's nothing wrong with a job, but they get up and go to a job every day that they don't like, to work for someone they don't like, and then to come home and do it all over again, you know, over and over and over. And not to knock on that, but the small sacrifice that you and David made in the beginning stage to 18 years later, reaping the benefits and the fruit of the seeds you have sown over the years is truly, I think people don't want to step out in faith because it's you, as you alluded to, it's a long-term game, right? It's you playing the long game, not the short game, right? Mm-hmm. And people want it now versus building something special that will continue to pay you whether you are working or not. Man, this is so awesome. So we got some hot seat questions for you. This is just off the top of your head, and you know, whatever comes to mind for you, just share what's on your heart, okay? So first question is what are some practical ways that you would recommend to somebody who wants to step into entrepreneurship? What kind of advice you would give them?
I would just say get started, because you're only going to learn by getting on that bike and falling down and skinning that knee and getting back up again, right? So people sometimes are like, oh, I just need it to be perfect and then I'll go. But you're going to skin your knee, okay? If you're learning how to dance, you're going to step on somebody's feet. It's, you know, it's not going to be perfect from the get-go. So just go for it. Just take that next step. Just take that first step. And all of a sudden you'll start to learn more, and then take another step and you'll start to learn more. So just get started. That is what I would have to say.
Awesome. With that being said and getting started, what could somebody do right now to get to take action? Like what would you recommend? I know that you and I do Legal Shield from a direct sales perspective, right? But I know there's many things out there. So what would you recommend for someone to step into action, to apply immediately if they're looking?
Yeah, I mean, if you know what you're doing, then, I mean, if you've chosen the business that you want to do, the most important thing you could do is seek out great mentorship, because why reinvent the wheel if you have this dream of, let's say, doing this cupcake baking business or something? Why would you reinvent the wheel if there's someone else who has already done it and have had success? And people might say, well, why would that person want to share their secrets with me? And you know what? I think there are people that are so blessed that they're overflowing. And first of all, there's more than enough to go around in this world. There is so much abundance if you come from that belief and if you have faith and you believe that. So if God puts something on your heart, He wants you to act on it, and He will open the doors. He will make the way. So go seek out great mentorship who could just show you the formula. And you know, you and I, we know in our company, we've got a success formula, and that's where we're going to point the people towards, to just follow the success formula. But go find the person that has what you have. They said, you know, if you want to buy someone's opinion, you'll also buy their lifestyle. So if you buy somebody's opinion who it doesn't have what you want, go buy someone's opinion who has what you want, right? Don't take advice from someone who hasn't done it or is only just going to throw stones and shots at you and just negative. And speaking of that, I want to say a word of encouragement. In the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 22, Jesus is teaching the Beatitudes. And He says, blessed are you when men hate you and when they exclude you for following me. Blessed are you when men hate you. Well, you're like, how in the world am I blessed if men are hating me and saying discouraging things to me and making fun of me? Well, I want to let you know that if you're just getting started out, every great idea goes through 3 phases. Number 1, a great idea first goes through ridicule. People make fun of it. They think it's ridiculous. They don't know why you're doing it. They don't understand. Okay. And then number two, it becomes violently opposed. Every great idea has been violently opposed. I remember when I was in colleges and cell phones came out, like these types of cell phones came out, not the big, huge ones that you have to attach to your car and plug in. These cell phones came out when I was in college. And I remember making fun of some of the girls, the Valley girls, the kind of that I felt were just acted like they were better than everybody else, walking around with these phones. And I was like, I will never get a cell phone. I was violently opposed to that cell phone, but now I can't leave the house without it. So that's the second stage. And then the third stage that every great idea goes through is that it becomes self-evident. It becomes self-evident. Everyone says, yes, this is such a great idea. I need this. I can't live without it. Yes. And so stay encouraged that your business will go through those phases, and your family might not understand and your friends might not understand. And they might think that you're crazy. They might make fun of you and tease you for those things. But just keep moving forward, because you know where you're going. You know what God called you to do and put in your heart. Just stay focused, and eventually they'll come around. Because, right, I know Danny and I experienced the same thing in Legal Shield before it is now self-evident. But before, it was like, people are like, what? Why would you need to prepay for legal services? I mean, but obviously now, after people have spent thousands of dollars on lawyers and have learned their lesson, that it's much better to prepay for it and have it when you need it instead of, need it and not have it. Self-evident.
Yeah, that's so awesome, Liz. Thank you so much for that wisdom. And our next one, we got two more questions, then we'll let you go. So what is the importance of personal development? One thing I so admire, not only about our industry, is that it forces us to grow, right? But I also admire watching you become the person that you are today as a senior national vice president over the Southern California and the Hawaii state. And not only that, but your own, that's for the company, but for your own personal success for you and your husband. Because what it says is that you are a reflection of what you have accomplished. Like you become a reflector of that. And so could you speak to our Triple F family, the importance of personal growth, personal development?
Oh, yes. I mean, personal growth is everything, because Jim Rohn says, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Work harder on yourself. And when you can grow, we are like a diamond. A diamond is created through refined pressure and character. God cares more about your character than about your accomplishments. And your character is only refined like a diamond through reading the books, the positive books, listening to the positive motivational tapes, plugging in to Triple F and having these amazing resources of people pouring into you and the words of life being spoken into you to be able to provide hope and to give you more inspiration and motivation to get going. Personal development is everything. So every single day I wake up, I go take a walk, and I listen to something positive, whether it's Audible or I know Hoopla. Hoopla is a free library app that you could download and get free audio and visual books right there on the app. It's connected to the public library system nationally. Hoopla, Hoopla. And I also listen to my pastor, Rick Warren. He has an app called Daily Hope. And every day, it's free. Every day, you just go on there and there's a new 20-minute sermon that you can listen to. And today was Malcolm Gladwell that was preaching with Rick Warren on David and Goliath. I mean, it was just an amazing inspirational thing just to get the head right, because, there's these negative forces that are out there that are in the world. There is a spiritual warfare going on all around us that we might not even be aware of. And that's why there's positive forces and then there's negative forces. The positive forces try to pull us up and the negative forces try to pull us down. And we need to focus and choose the positive forces. You know, when you go to the gym in the morning, try not to look at the constant negative news on the screen. It's there and it's like just everywhere. And I try to not see it. And I was like, oh, why do I have to see that? You know, but choose positive in the personal growth, and you will be so proud of who you become in the process of pursuing success and growing yourself.
Love it. So last question is, thank you so much, Liz. So much wisdom. I could spend 30 minutes talking about it, but what any special thoughts, and then any special project are you working on? And please share your YouTube channel so that people will be able to glean from you over time as well.
Yes. Oh, thank you. You know, I felt God calling me this year to serve. And I just didn't know what it was. And when I was serving full-time at the church, it was a lot with 3 kids at home. And so I wanted to get back out there and do that, but I needed to be able to serve from home somehow. How could I serve from home? And so I felt, okay, I'm just going to start teaching leadership lessons from the Bible every week. Motivation, and maybe it's sales motivation, maybe it's leadership motivation, just words of encouragement. So I have a YouTube channel called Chief Encouragement Officer. Chief Encouragement Officer, and the YouTube is just youtube.com/user/Elizabeth Fu. And if you hit subscribe, which is free, you know, just hit subscribe, then every time I put out something new, it'll show up in your YouTube and you'll see it. So awesome. I hope to be able to keep in touch with you and speak life into you all of your days.
Awesome, Liz. Well, thank you so much. Why don't you give your contact information, social media information to people if you desire to reach out to Liz and do business with her, please do so. I'll give you here's her phone number, 626-755-4399. Yes, make sure it's 626-755-4399. Reach out to her. Definitely, you could be working with a better person, obviously, as you experience here today. She's sharing her heart with you, her faith. She's one person. She doesn't put down her business hat in order to do ministry. It's one hat she wears everywhere because she understands who she is and who she is in the Lord. And so thank you so much, Liz. What an incredible testimony and your story. May God continue to bless you and Dave and your family in a mighty way. And congratulations on the new home and all the success.
Thank you. God bless you and love you guys. Look forward to seeing you soon.